This is the Core77 Design Awards 2020 Home and Living category winner recap.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna. I am a general manager and partner at Microsoft, where I run artificial intelligence, product design, and UX research across our experiences and devices. Absolute pleasure to be here. Excited to be talking about this year's Core77 winners.
My name is Bret Recor. I'm the founder of BoxClever, and I'll be the jury captain of this year's Core77 Design Awards Home and Living category.
Hi, everybody. I'm Colin Owen. I'm the design director at Elroy Air. We're a small company developing an autonomous cargo aircraft. Super excited, and I'm stoked to be here. The work is amazing.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Dickon, founder of Clarity. Excited to be here to share the great news about the wonderful work that's been submitted both professionally and from the students. Thank you.
Earning a runner-up award this year in Core77 Design Awards in the Home and Living category is Birch Barrel.
Yeah, so the Birch Barrel, it seemed like a really awesome design. It just seemed to tonally hit the demographic it's looking for. It had all this sort of like, kind of rusticated aesthetics of hard machine lines and recognizable sort of off-the-shelf components like turnbuckles. But all that was sort of pushed through a lens of sort of some really awesome performative actions. So the lifting of the huge heavy lid, which seals the fire in, and the telescoping of poles, seems to be really considered from the user's use case, and the fact that you can sort of stand close to this big fire and keep warm. All of it seemed to, like, the details were coupled to the use and to the occasion over and over again in this product.
Yeah, I think that the approach, it really, like I said, makes a powerful statement, and it's almost like this is something you take somewhere. It's like a flag you put in the ground when you go on an excursion, and when you're there, you get to see it, and it's everyone gathers around. So it's definitely like a centerpiece, and then when you bring it, in other environments that are more normal, I guess more like home and residential, it becomes something that it's like a bit of a storyteller. Like you could talk about where you took it because it has that versatility. It's not like it stays at home only. This is meant to be set up almost anywhere. So it really has this like this inviting quality to ask questions and then also to show it off when you do take it out into the wild. Yeah, so congrats to Birch Barrel. Look forward to seeing one in the wild.
Yeah, great job.
Earning a runner-up award this year in the Core77 Design Awards is Milk Press.
Yeah, I think this one caught our attention. It's quite interesting, when you think about the two before this that we've given awards to, right? There's for both of those, there's a real focus on understanding the users and then finding a product solution that really sort of expresses the ritual. And this one, in terms of ritual and experience, I think this one does a terrific job of making the ritual of making plant-based milks at home the centerpiece of the design. And so we sort of commend the design team for really holding back and having a really sort of restrained approach to the form, and really focusing on the function and the ritual and the steps in which you go through in order to ultimately create this beautiful homemade drink. And so, from my perspective, I think the focus on restraint in design, real focus on choosing the right materials for the right components within the system, and letting sort of the end result, the end product, this homemade milk, sort of really be the centerpiece. It's a really nice job, and I think that comes through in the photography and the video piece as well that they submitted. Really nice work.
This year's professional winner for the Home and Living category in the Core77 Design Awards is Stokey Click.
For me, there were two factors. Being a mother of three, I really thought that it was a nice approach to their heritage where you could quickly disassemble the aspects of the unit itself, and it's dishwasher friendly. But most importantly, I like the fact that the extensibility of how long an individual will be able to interact with this particular product. You'll be able to flip down the footrest as your little one grows up and be able to use it for quite a while. And the materials and the soft form to it, I think, really lends itself well to the new reality of the pandemic that we're living in right now. The fact that you can easily wipe it down, sterilize it, do a second sterilization in your dishwasher. I think it's a pretty fantastic approach to a very important piece of homeware.
Yeah, I mean, I would just add, I think overall, from a design perspective, it's really well resolved. It's a really thoughtful piece that has a lot of sort of flexibility and adjustability in terms of what you get as the base unit, that comes in at a price point that actually makes it really accessible to a lot of parents who care about good design in the home. And then you can scale it up with the rest of the accessories that come with it. So I think it's just a really well considered system, as well as the base unit is really approachable, and from a design perspective, just really it's a really well resolved, detailed, solid piece of work. So we felt like it was a worthy winner.
We're going to move on to student work. The runner-ups. So in the student section, this year we have 2 runner-ups. First runner-up is Freshware for Purdue University. Colin, do you want to take a stab at this one?
Sure, I can talk about this one. So congratulations to Freshware. I think that we were all taken with the coupling of gesture with the product itself. So it's if you have dry goods, you don't want to have to like wait while the thing is half full forever. So it's nice to be able to take the sort of old stock, flip it to the top, and maintain sort of, as you're scooping, it stays the freshest possible without having to have containers in waiting or a sub-container. And so that coupling of gesture was super tight. I'm excited about the sort of the intent of the project. I also do want to see more details worked out. This is a very mature category with a lot of amazing details worked out from the Oxos of the world and whatnot. And so I think there's opportunity in this project to dig even deeper and to get some really fresh take on this open-ended container, that is the flippable open-ended container. So I commend the sort of the long-term use case notion, and I'm excited about the next 3 or 4 versions of this thing and where it could possibly go.
The student runner-up for the 2020 Core 77 Design Awards in the category of Home and Living is Living Lightly from the Royal College of Art.
Anna, Anne, and the team that submitted this for Marcier did a really good job at approaching the sustainability question of like, how do you handle this type of material, which typically ends up at the top of a waste dump every year, and looking at how this can be assembled for its uses, all along looking at the electronic equipment constraints, and the fact that, making it simplistic and keeping individuals and ideally whittling down what's, I guess, in our lives, is a really interesting approach to this particular product.
The winner for the student section of the Home and Living category for the Core 77 Awards for 2020 is the 4-sided clip from the Macau University of Science and Technology.
What stood out for us on this is really this idea that, some of the best design is really invisible design. It's design that you don't really notice. And the way that they went about solving some of the inherent issues with sort of traditional bulldog clips was really nice. There's real laser focus on both the aesthetic and the functional qualities of how to move along something that was just ultimately going to deliver a better experience to the user.
It's all spot on, and it was fun to deliberate on this one and look at it closely and really celebrate the effectiveness of doing something that should have been done a long time ago. I think it said, like, in the entry, it was about 100 years of the same clip. So it's a long time coming, and I hope that this leads to inspiring others to kind of change a lot more of the office products that have been around for 100 years. So.
Thank you for all the great entries into the Core77 Design Awards for the year 2020. Congratulations to the winners, and everyone, please stay safe.